Hey there, it's Krista. So as we have fresh in-season spring produce popping up more and more every week at the farmer's market, there is something that we frequently hear people say is Swiss chard. It's so pretty, but I have no idea what to do with it. And we are right there with you. There was a time where we had no idea what to do with this. So I'm going to show you a simple recipe that can just be thrown together in minutes. So what I have is a bunch of Swiss chard about this big, and I've just rinsed it off and we kind of patted it dry. And so all I did was I took the very ends of it and trimmed it off, and then we are going to just cut the stems and all into, I guess, little bite-sized slices, and you're gonna kind of fold up the greens as you go along. And we're going to just chop it up, slice it up. And so what we're gonna do first is we're actually gonna blanch this before we saute it. And kind of come like this and get all the leaves chopped up. And then we're gonna actually go back across and try to get them more chopped. And so when I say we're gonna blanch it, we're basically just going to put it in some kind of simmering, boiling water. So we have got all of this right here, and I've got a big pot of water, kind of at a simmering boil over here. And so we're gonna take our greens and the stems, and we're gonna dump them into this water for just a couple of minutes. Now, why blanch it? So some people say that Swiss chard can taste a little bitter. So blanching it actually helps remove that bitterness. It's similar to beet greens. Those are edible, by the way, but some people feel like they can taste a little bitter. So the blanching helps remove the bitterness, but it also, if you're gonna eat Swiss chard and beet greens on a really regular basis, blanching actually helps your body absorb the nutrients and the minerals a little bit better. So we're just gonna let that kind of boil for just a couple of minutes. And so what we've got over here is I've added 2 tablespoons of olive oil. The skillet is heated to a medium-high heat. So we're gonna first add a little bit of garlic and just a couple of fresh garlic cloves. Now you don't have to use fresh garlic, but it is going to add a ton of flavor if you use fresh garlic. All right, so we are just going to kind of let this garlic simmer and brown and get fragrant. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the Swiss chard in here, but what we've also done, sitting on the side, so this has been soaking for about 10 minutes. We've got 3 tablespoons of raisins. And the reason we soaked them in just a little bit warm water is just to kind of plump them up and get them juicy. And so we're gonna actually drain that out and get those ready to add. So our garlic is starting to brown. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the Swiss chard out and just kind of squeeze it to get the water out. Now I'm just using a strainer, and we're gonna dump that in the skillet. Get the rest of the Swiss chard, stems and all. You know, blanching it actually helps soften your stems a little bit too. And then we're just going to saute the Swiss chard for a couple of minutes. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna soften, and it's also going to evaporate that water. And so after, because it's already a little soft, so this will help just get it kind of crisp, tender, just how we want it. Now, while this is doing its thing and cooking for just a few minutes, take some, we've got about 3 tablespoons of sliced almonds. Take those and throw those in a dry skillet and toast them for just a couple of minutes over medium heat. And remember, don't walk away because they will brown quickly. But it doesn't have to be almonds. It could be pine nuts, it could be pecans, it could be walnuts, your choice, your favorite choice of nut. So now that we've got our Swiss chard kind of sauteed, what we're going to do is we're going to add our 3 tablespoons of raisins, and then we're going to also add a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. And the nice thing about this is it's going to add kind of a tangy sweet with the savoriness of the Swiss chard. And then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. And then stir it up one more time. And then the very last thing that we will do, and of course you can keep cooking it until you get it to the crisp tenderness or, you know, your desired consistency. And then we're going to sprinkle the nuts on top. And it is incredibly good. Super simple side dish, so easy, goes with almost anything. But I would encourage you to check out Swiss chard and try it out. We even eat it raw in salads, but you can saute it and put it in quesadillas. You can add it to so many things. So check out eatrealamerica.com if you're looking for ideas. But we would love for you to go to your farmer's market, check it out, and let us know what you think. See you soon.